We doing some Ed ranked matches today. A little bit of Ed gameplay. Here's my final placement match. It didn't go great, spoiler alert, but you know what? It is what it is. Yeah, so I was supposed to be recording some Peacemaker footage today, but in true Mortal Kombat 1 fashion, the patch so far has been delayed by about 2 hours at the time of this recording. So, you know, if you don't know, when the servers are offline for Mortal Kombat 1, you can't play the new character. You also can't play their combo trials. You also obviously can't play online. So, literally, you know, in true Mortal Kombat 1 fashion, everything is going great, I must say. So yeah, and in other news, if you're a Dragon Ball FighterZ fan, Dragon Ball FighterZ rollback is just being shadow dropped. It's coming out tomorrow. It's coming out on the 29th. So, again, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Like, every single time, and you can ask anybody that plays fighting games, every single time something comes out in fighting games, they all come out at the same time. Ed, Peacemaker, and Dragon Ball FighterZ rollback are coming out literally day after day. And within 3 days, we got all of those things. Like, help me. Like, and then, you know, Mortal Kombat wants to be Mortal Kombat, so it's throwing me off schedule because I thought, oh, you know, I'll be able to get all the MK stuff. But, no. No, I can't get all the MK stuff because it's MK, and it's just, it likes, I don't know, it just doesn't like working. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Anyways, Ed. You know, what's the deal with Ed? Well, here is what I'll say about Ed. Ed is, for me, Ed is the character that makes the most sense to play out of all the DLC characters. He is the least awkward to play. Both of the other characters were disgustingly awkward to play. Aki and Rashid were just really, really weird to play. But Ed is not as weird as those characters. However, let's get into my problems with Ed. And really, I guess this is a controversial topic here, what I'm about to say. But I do believe a certain way about these DLC characters. So, here's the thing. Ed is not awkward to play like the other two characters. I feel like Ed is a character that makes sense in the way that he plays. However, he is still up there as one of the hardest characters in the game to play. He's very complicated, and yeah, I mean, he is very unique. So he's not a weirdo like Aki and Rashid, but he still isn't a breeze to play. And because of that, I don't know if he is good or bad. Because here's the thing. Day one of Rashid, I would have told you he's the worst character in the whole game. Obviously, that's not true. Rashid is pretty good. Like, what? Like, I don't know, top, like, 8 character or something like that. He's up there. Rashid is pretty good. But, again, if you would have told me what I thought of Rashid, or if you would have asked me what I thought of Rashid when he came out, I would have said he's the worst character in the game. However, Ed is kind of the same thing. I don't think he's the worst character in the game. I don't even think he's bad. It's just that I can't tell you how good he is, because he's so strange and so awkward that it's impossible to guess how good he's going to be in the long run just off of day one. Here's what I will say, though. I am incredibly enamored, bewildered. I'm just confused by the fact that why are they so scared to release DLC characters that are just top tier and super good? And I said this about Rashid, And I said this about Aki. Why are they afraid to release characters that are just super top tier and super good? Now here's the thing. Obviously Aki is one of the worst characters in the game. But Rashid, I just said Rashid is top tier, right? Here's the thing. If you play this game, you already know that, yeah, Rashid is top tier, but he's gonna take months of playing him to get really, really good with him. Rashid is someone that you cannot pick up in one day. You can't even really pick Rashid up in a week, I would say. He's really hard. Rashid is a very challenging character. And, you know, what's wrong with that? You know, oh, Rashid is a character who's really hard, but he's also one of the best characters in the game. That's cool, right? Why wouldn't you want to be rewarded for playing a hard character? You know, he essentially gets better as you play him. And that's cool. He doesn't just straight up suck. He rewards you for getting good. So, if that's the case, why am I saying, why can't a character just be straight up good? Why can't a character just come out, released, he's top tier right from the start, he's just, everyone agrees he's unanimously good day one? And that kind of contradicts what I'm saying, right? Because, like, well, if I just said it's good that a character is hard and rewards your effort, why should they release characters that are easy and are just broken? Here's the problem. That's because that's what the top tiers of this game are. So, they keep releasing characters that are extremely hard to play. Is Ed good? I don't know. Is Rashid good? Yes, but he's incredibly hard. And Aki is also incredibly hard, but she's not that good. So they keep releasing these characters that require so much effort and hard work to play. Meanwhile, the top tiers of this game are Luke, DJ, Jury, JP, and Ken. They require 1/10 of the brain power. And so that's why I complain, like, why can't they just add a character that's just straight up, straightforward, and super good? And when I say that, you know, people are like, you just want DLC characters that are broken. Yeah, I do! Because here's the thing, it's not about, oh, I want a DLC character that's broken. It's, I want to see other things. I mean, look, in other games, sure, broken DLC characters are bad. But in this game, it would be a lifesaver. Because we've had the same meta for what? Like, 10 months or something? 9 months this game's been out? 9-10 months? Something like that. Either way, this game's been out for a long time and there hasn't been a giant balance patch. The meta has not shifted from this game. It's always been the same top 5 characters: Jury, Luke, DJ, Ken, JP. It's always been those characters. Always the same top tiers. It's never changed. Meanwhile, if they introduced DLC characters that were broken, they would shift the meta. They would shift the way the game is played without the need of a giant balance patch. And that's why I complain that DLC characters can't just be... Like, Ed is a character that you're not going to see him being broken day one. People need to play him to really figure him out. Meanwhile, any top player can pick up Luke, and he's going to be amazing day one. But even if you're a top player, you cannot pick up Ed and be good with him day one. He's extremely hard. He's not straightforward. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that this is the 3rd character in a row they've done this with. And guess what? I can already tell you, even though Ed might not be bad, he's not better than the top tiers in this game. So, with that being said, when it comes to watching tournaments, when it comes to watching footage of this game at the highest level, you're not going to see that many Eds. You're not. Unless, you know, there's a balance patch that comes very soon, you're still going to see the same old characters, because Ed is not this meta-shifting character. And that's why I complain when DLC characters, at least in Street Fighter 6, are super hard to play and not top 5. Because Rashid is super hard to play and he's good, but he's not top 5. Which means he's not really going to shift the meta, and because of how hard he is to play, you're not going to see that many Rashids, even though he's good. So even if Ed is really good, he's not going to shift the meta, so you're not going to see that many of him because he's so hard to play. That's my problem. This game gets no balance patches, so you're going to see the same meta the whole time. And the only way to change that meta without a balance patch is a character that's really good that challenges the current meta. If you don't get characters that are really good, you're going to stick with the same old meta. And guess what? That's what's been happening since the day the game came out. All the DLC characters in this game, some of them are good, some of them are horrible. No matter what, though, none of them were meta shifting. None of them were good enough to be meta shifting. And that's why you saw what, one Rashid in the Capcom Cup? Like, that's why I complain. And that's something that Ed disappointed me on, because I thought maybe he would be super good without having to put a lot of time in, because like I said, the current top tiers in this game, you don't have to put a lot of time into to be good with. Anyways, like, subscribe, let me know how you feel about that, and peace.